everyone, and welcome to Derps and Dank Places. I am your host, the all-powerful, all-seeing, all-sandy, and all the wrong places, Three-Eyed Pigeon, and these are my derps. Say hi, derps.
No!
Hello.
That?
When last we left off, our derps got into an interesting situation that involved a showdown at one mansion, burning down another, opening up a safe, and a lovely date.
It's complicated.
Those things did happen. In roughly that order.
Answers were found, questions were arisen, and truths were revealed. But we have yet to reach the climax. The ultimate reason why they were all brought here. To save a hellbound sinner, at least momentarily. We will open our scene with Jocasta. You are lying in your bed, slowly returning to full consciousness. Your hair is disheveled. Your self is pleasantly sore. And your room is absolutely a mess.
Dear Lord. That's not promising. I guess I'll get up and brush my hair.
As you get up, you see a single black rose sitting on the pillow next to you.
Oh, that's so polite. Assuming it's from someone nice. Can I, if I pick up the rose, I will pick up the rose.
Alright. You picked up the rose.
Now I have to put this in water. This is something else I have to keep alive. It's so rude.
As you go over looking for it, you find a only slightly tapped into bottle of wine from the other day. Sort of just looking at it, you take it to the sink and just pour out the rest of it before filling it with water and putting the rose in it.
Her heart breaks as she does so.
You start brushing your hair. And you're thinking. And you're left in that stupor for a while as you try and reorient everything you've learned the past couple of days.
Yes. She's also mentally going over her notes for the trial.
As you're doing this, you hear familiar of the papoose, the basket tipping over and Herbert rolling himself out. Hello.
Morning, buddy.
How are you doing?
Why are you covered in soot?
He's saying that while he's trying to, like, slip himself into the bathroom, but he doesn't move very fast, so he just is holding the word,
Can I pick him up and, like, heft him into the bathtub?
Yeah.
And turn the water on? Apparently I'm waterboarding him. Cool.
Don't worry, he can't drown.
I know. So she'll turn the water off and be like, okay, do you want to tell me now? You don't.
I didn't mean to do it, but they said I helped. I helped them. I did something useful.
You do lots of useful things. Who did you help, and what did you do?
I helped Kriv and Nuseem.
Do what?
Okay, so we were at a mansion, and then that there was a really bright light, and I found myself embedded in a giant metal box, and then when I got out, they said I helped them open the safe, and I was so happy.
Should pat him on the head.
His fez kind of like squishes a bit when you touch it.
Gross. Alright, well, you finish your bath. What time is it? She looks at her wrist and is not wearing a watch.
It's like 6 a.m.
Cool, I'm gonna go find Belgar.
Alright. So, Belgar.
You bet I'm up already.
No. So you've decided to get you did all your pre-stuff the other day. You're just laying in bed, and then suddenly at your door is just
God, I never have visitors. Something wrong. I'm laughing because poor Joe over there was drinking, and I made her cough a bit. Sorry about that.
So needless to say, Jocasta, you're met by a full nightgown, head sleeping cat Belgar coming to the door.
Amazing.
Good
Hello.
morning.
And she's going to push past you into the room. You can close the door.
All right. It gives you a questioning look, why?
Belgar, I have 3 things I need to talk to you about. Firstly,
Okay.
Can I please trade you some gold for silver pieces?
Sure. If they're of the equivalent amount.
Can I give you 2 gold and get the equivalent amount of silver pieces, which I think is 20. I'm bad with money.
Oh, you bet.
Actually, wait, hold on 1 sec. Let me just double check the cost of the spell.
She says as she opens up her spell book and literally starts looking through things.
Just
Oh, it's 2 gold. What? It's 2 gold pieces a cast. No wonder I've never used it. Never mind. I don't need silver pieces. I take it back.
all right.
Can I interest you in some electrum for some gold?
Despite
Apparently,
as long,
currency exchange.
despite how long we've been with the pirates, I don't exactly remember the exchange rate.
It's 2 electrum for every 1 gold.
Okay. Can I give you 20 electrum for 10 gold?
Yes, I can do that.
You can say no. Even though you already said yes, if you feel the need to change your mind.
I mean, I'm still getting money out of this, so...
I just imagine you're saying this as he's just handing you the money.
Yeah.
How much electrum was that?
20.
20.
I don't have a pencil.
Belgar reaches into the desk that he's using to count, and he hands Jocasta a pencil.
I do have a pencil. Thanks, Belgar.
You got it right.
Would you be interested in some poison-coated gold?
Is that what you just handed me?
No.
Or is that what you're going to be handing me?
No, it's okay. I won't give you that. I do actually like you, and I have 2 more questions for you. First
Sure.
off, a hypothetical. So if someone... This is just, I was thinking about this while I was falling asleep last night, because I remember doing that. And I was like, interesting thought. If someone who is hypothetically pregnant were to die and have to be revivified, what would happen to the baby?
I mean,
Belgar, roll me a medicine check.
yeah. I'm proficient in it, so I get advantage, right?
Yes.
I'm also proficient. Can I help? No, wait, you already
proficient in medicine?
Take it back.
Because if there's one thing we know about wizards, it's that they don't care about their own health.
Hey.
27.
It's definitely not advisable, nor is it very well tested in the medical field, but hypothetically, like, revivifying is not quite the same as, like, full-on, like, reviving someone. That's something completely different. Revivifying is, like, it may cause some damage, but if you get them fast enough, it should be good. But, well, again, this isn't something that's tested. This isn't something that has ever been, like, speculated upon, nor is it... Like, people have speculated, but...
Yeah, I'm probably would just be like, well, it's not exactly a
figured
out thing.
It's also difficult with these, like, fleshy guys. Like, at least for a draconian mother, she has the protection of the egg, which gives some insulation to all this, but, like, these guys, like... Things wired directly to them. It's a weird thing.
Hypothetically, the baby could be saved along with the person being revivified, but if we don't get to you in time, the baby will probably die too. Hypothetically.
So, like, revivifying is basically the cutoff point of reviving that could bring both of them back.
Yeah.
Follow-up. Fun fact, that's not necessarily hypothetical.
Make my day, please.
It's the first thing in the morning, Belgar.
Exactly, make my day, please.
Do you have any tips for morning sickness? As a father who had a wife who was pregnant twice.
Belgar, roll me just a D20.
Fair.
Because I don't remember what I did last time. I feel as my primary care doctor, you should have this information.
So your wife, when she had your son and your daughter, there's a usual thing that most draconian females going through that's called, like, the ravening. It's kind of similar to what you've seen in these skin bags concept of a period, but it lasts months, pretty much throughout the whole period. They also need, like, a lot of, like meats and, like, creatine and, like, stuff for the eggshell to form properly, so she'll, like, literally ask you to go out and get a whole skeleton for her to eat, like a whole, like a drake skeleton, or, like, maybe if there was, like, dog on the market, she'd want that too. Basically, very irritable. Very definitely has weird desires, especially for large amounts of calcium. You know that their scales have a tendency to darken, but you don't think that's necessarily applicable to this situation.
I don't think any of this applies to the situation.
Yeah, you're probably not the best expert for this.
I mean, I know how to help with morning sickness concerning Dragonborn. You'd probably have to ask an elven or a human doctor in that case. Or, the equivalent.
Fair enough. Okay, I realize that I've made a mistake.
Well, okay.
You're a great doctor, just not...
I am not. I'm literally not the type.
Side note, don't tell anyone or I will stab you.
Your secret's safe with me.
Yes.
And whoever else you ask.
Low-key, I literally don't think you could stab him even if you, like, tried. I'm not even sure if a natural 20 could hit him.
With my brain?
Belgar is humoring her.
Yeah.
I could stab him with my brain.
Oh, that is always an option. That is always an option. But
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. I'll see you out.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to see your place.
It's about as nice as the rest of this hotel place we're at.
Belgar, you just have a moment after you close your door and you just sit down. This is probably going to be a problem later.
Man, of all the things to find on a journey.
You then have the idea that you're going to sleep in for the next couple of hours. Getting up this early was a bad idea.
Might be a nice thing to do. Sleep in for once. Leave the armor over there.
Oh no! You polished it the night before.
Oh no, that's why it's staying over there.
Yeah.
Because it's already done.
I had to clean it after the fire.
Oh yeah, definitely. Can't let that be all covered in ash.
But anyway, so does Jocasta go to anyone else, or shall we just pick up where the other people wake up at?
She goes back to study her notes.
Alright. So, Kriv and Tropia, I'll say you'll wake up next.
Tropia will roll over to you, Kriv. Good morning, darling. Give you a kiss on the cheek before getting up and starting to get ready herself. Giving good morning scritches to Maury.
Just kind of curls up in a nice little, like, feathery fluff ball.
Good. As she should.
I guess Crib will probably get out of bed eventually and prepare his spells for the day.
As you're just preparing, you just are kind of like idly floating on your broom, and as you do so, you just start like doing simple, like, you pick up the staff and you're just like, it's almost enjoyable every time you pick it up because you just feel the rush of potential energy like go through you, like when you reach the precipice of a roller coaster and you feel that you're just about to drop. It's that feeling there every time you pick it up. It's that rush.
I love this thing.
Is he just like floating back and forth like around the room, playing with the staff? Are you having
I
fun?
imagine I'm upside
darling?
down at one point.
He does it.
I'm having too much fun.
He just kind of like does like a load. Dang it!
It says no.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess we'll deal with that later. But
Yeah, no worries.
I just imagine like you're like floating it around a bit with like a simple like basically exertion of will, and then you just kind of like bring it back to your hand.
During like while we're just watching Kriv go back and forth, Maury and Tropia are just kind of it's that silent like watching him go one way, him going upside down the other way. It's like just Are we having fun?
Spell book in one hand and staff in the other. Oh yes.
I would recommend not flashing that staff around during the trial.
What do you mean? Just kind of like waves in a big arc.
As he does so, you just see like a trail of like sparks, almost like fireflies, fly out of it.
Oh dear gods. Darling. Careful with that. We set fire to one mansion. We don't need to set another building.
Yes,
Not
I
yet.
filled my quota for that.
Alright.
Which, by the way, darling, I believe So you were having too much fun with the scene. While Belgar and I were shielding ourselves, I believe Bahamut appreciated him a bit more. His shield is extra shiny now, even though I don't know how that's possible, but it is.
Well, good for him. He deserves it, you know? He's put in the work.
Absolutely. And probably from there on, it's like intro. I would like to just. This is literally for nothing else, but during like when there's downtime, I want Entropia to teach Mori just like one words, so she can say ominous shit.
All right. Roll me animal handling. What are you trying to teach her?
Red rum. Red rum.
Nah, that's a little too on the nose.
Stephen King doesn't exist in this universe. It doesn't have the same.
I guess for now, just the word death. We'll start easy, theoretically.
All right, give me an animal handling check. I'll say the DC is like 15.
Yeah, I'm not proficient, so we'll see how this goes. Hey, 15!
It's okay, so it's not like you have her consistently say it, but by the end of it, you have her, like, you hear her say once,
Almost there. Good little bird. Three.
Alright.
Yeah.
Nassim,
What?
you wake up,
She just rolls out of bed.
hit the floor.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Slowly, just kind of pull yourself up.
No, she just kind of does, like, the little, like, if you've ever seen Avatar, the little airbending trick Aang does to kind of just float himself up into standing position.
Which you don't need to do. You could literally fly. So I just imagine you fall out of bed and then literally just like fall reverse motion back like upwards. So it's like.
But yeah. Dang. Last night was fun. Now I'm hungry. So she's just gonna go get dressed, and she's gonna go down to, like, the main part of the Pearl to go find food and breakfast.
As you go down to get breakfast, most of Boz's crew is still present, but they're currently kind of passed out at the moment. I will say, as you walk down, roll me a perception check.
Alright, let me pull up my stats. Perception. There it is. $21.
Alright.
What do I see?
You see a tiefling? You know it is not Hercule for a fact. They're colored wrong. They have like a kind of bluish hint to their skin, and they wear this kind of long, strange coat and this weird hat. But you see them just looking at you through the doorway before they walk down the street.
The fuck? What a stupid hat.
That's all.
She just kind of mutters to herself as she goes over to the bar, and she kind of like tails down the bartender, and she's like, "What was up with that guy in the weird outfit?"
As he's just like kind of just like setting up the bar and just cleaning stuff. He's just like, "What guy?" He just turns around, looks out. What guy?
There was like a blue tiefling, weird long coat, stupid hat.
Well, there's plenty of people who have stupid hats around here. I mean, we're near a wizard school.
Okay, but it didn't look like a wizard hat. It was like a hat that would make a douchebag say "milady."
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Anyway, what do you want?
I would like some coffee and some bacon and some toast.
I can get you those.
Yes, yay.
Alright, so we'll fast forward to everyone being down at... Oh, yes, Kriv?
Yeah. Sorry, I just want to use, do a ritual to cast Find Familiar.
Oh, alright.
Yes. And I want my little rat, Quasit. I'm sorry your existence is painful. It's only for the day.
Why couldn't you just summon a normal rat and not whatever that is?
It climbs up.
How cute it is.
It climbs up on his hands.
I don't.
Maury just says.
I'm so proud of her. She's gonna kill that thing. Oh.
Well, then I'll summon it up. I might kill this thing.
Funny enough, though, when this thing appeared, you swear it had a weird hat for a second before it, disappeared into the ether.
Amazing.
Are you a third-generation ska band?
No, it was more like a Newsy Boy hat.
Okay.
Extra, read all about it! Asmodeus does some shit in the mortal world!
That's gotta... Okay, someone
Amazing
clip that.
artwork.
Someone clip Grip as he's third generation ska man. Someone clip it. Anyway.
I put a trumpet sound over it.
Yes.
Bowling for superior dice?
Oh.
Anyway,
back in.
we're all down at breakfast.
Yes.
Time for a beer.
I'll have some tea.
Oh, 1 second.
Yes, tea indeed.
I was gonna say, like, Belgard and Trobe are sharing a pot of tea.
That's loud.
Did not mean for it to be that loud.
That's fair.
So, the day is bright. The morning comes in, and Nassim's already downstairs eating bacon with coffee. The rest of you get tea and such. Or, actually, your beer comes out. The bartender comes around to you, Jocasta, with a pot of coffee already prepared.
Thank you. Politely. May I also get some orange juice? I'm going to mix.
Alright,
the ladies, huh?
You're going to mix orange juice with your coffee?
I want to try it.
What's wrong with you?
The most
How
aesthetic
could you do that to
thing
coffee?
The guy goes off, confused to find the juicer.
If you feel bad about what I'm going to do to it, Nassim, would you like to drink the coffee?
No, I feel that you need to be punished for your decisions.
That's fair. I just don't know if I need this much caffeine before the trial, considering I already had some coffee this morning.
I'm rolling an insight.
Yeah, you're sounding really sus.
I am jittery. Look, and she's like shaking.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a 13 for insight.
Am I rolling deception?
That's a 23 for Nassim.
Could I get a deception from both Jocasta and Belgar?
I pulled Belgar into my steam.
Belgar is good at many things. Keeping a poker face is not one of them.
No. This is
I
true.
literally, there's no way I can beat Nassim's.
Except it's sus.
That's an 11.
So
didn't even roll
I
the
know
it's-
something sus.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely weird, but you don't necessarily have anything that counters that, and also like,
Do we notice that Belgar's being weird?
You would, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him with a look of "you're talking to me later."
Do I notice Nassim look at Belgar?
Yes.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Criv's just enjoying his breakfast beer.
Nassim is like Nassim is like holding her
Oblivious.
coffee cup like this, basically like hands on both sides, just suspiciously sipping it.
Oh,
All right,
Entropy is saving face.
Nassim, if you must
You're not a hobgoblin. You can't do that.
I got bullshit. My
if you
bullshit
must know,
detections.
Nassim,
Mhm.
I have been having some tummy troubles lately, okay? And I'm blaming it on the coffee. I asked Belgar for help, and that was an embarrassing conversation, and I didn't want to have it with the rest of you. Okay?
Make a deception with advantage, because that is all technically true.
Would
Especially
I roll another
the-
insight?
I got a natural 20.
I will say no because I think I like this. I like how this turned out. So,
Okay, that's fair. I will concede.
so y'all have mental images now of Jocasta in various states of digestal distress. So,
So why didn't you just have a ginger tea with mint, or a mint tea with ginger?
That would be so much better than orange juice.
which, as you're saying that, the bartender comes back. Bartender's about to set it down before he just turns around and walks back to the bar.
Thank you.
That's a
You're
big
great at your
sigh.
job.
Why? If you're having stomach troubles, why are you adding orange juice? The acid will make your tummy even worse.
I forgot that tea existed.
You're the smartest person in the world, and you forgot that tea existed.
Me and Entropy are literally drinking it.
Well, I'm preoccupied. I have a trial date.
Which,
True.
yeah, you all are suddenly realize, like, oh shit.
Bartender, can we get this woman some toast as well? Just some plain toast.
Ooh, yes. Toast would be nice.
What kind of toast? You just want toast? You want
Wheat.
wheat toast?
She-
Okay.
She needs the fiber.
With butter.
No,
butter.
no butter.
No
Yes,
butter.
No butter. No butter.
Butter and
Okay, with
marble-
butter.
No
Butter
butter.
and marmalade. No butter.
Yeah,
Marmalade, no butter.
that's fine.
So he takes out the orange stuff again. This lady in oranges, I
No.
swear.
Poor man.
I just want some vitamin C in my diet. We could get scurvy. We were on the boat for how long?
You are pirates. That is a very big factor.
You
Not
have
very
two,
good ones.
like gestures between her belt. You have two healers.
You
Scurvy's not a
can't
problem.
just easily
You can't
scurvy.
cure scurvy with lesser restoration.
You can with greater restoration.
Yeah, but greater restoration's like, things that you use to break, like, lineage-ending curses. It's not something you use for everyday scurvy.
Watch me use it for everyday scurvy.
Okay.
God.
Are you gonna cure the entire crew who has scurvy?
Okay.
Day by day.
This episode was never on the rails, but we should probably get on.
Yes, okay. So,
Nah.
as your
Only a
breakfast...
little drunk IRL.
As your breakfast is coming around, you just see Jocasta just slowly pulling together all of her notes. All of her notes and, like, just kind of, like, looking over everything.
I am so prepared.
Well, that's good to hear. You hear Mr. Hall's voice from the top of the staircase as he comes down.
Where did you come from?
My room?
Oh, you live here, that's right.
Yes, this is my establishment.
Good
And
morning, Mr. Hall.
Good morning.
Sup?
Morning.
Yo.
Morning.
Morning.
We're all
Cheers.
here.
Death!
I'm not.
Maury screams at Mr. Hall. Morning.
Grab Maury's beak. Now. Easy.
Hello!
Scream too.
Yeah. And suddenly out of Jacos's bag, Herbert comes out, hello!
Oh.
And Hall's just like, what the fuck is that?
I am forcibly holding down the flap of my satchel so Node can't come out and say hello.
Greetings.
Yeah, we just hear muffled
From inside the
breathing.
There are... I will not question, because after today, this whole situation's gonna be over with, and we can all go our separate ways happily and fulfilled.
Yes, and I will be your hero for the rest of your life.
I'm sure you will. And you will
Yeah.
be generously compensated.
I like the sound of that. Belgar likes the sound of that even better, because he will get most of the money.
Which is, like, funny she says that, because as soon as he said that, Belgar's ear flap just immediately raised, and he's just started leaning towards the conversation.
I'm interested, yes.
Right, well,
Did you, need anything else, or...
have I eaten my toast?
Yes, you have.
Alright, then I'm good to go. Just chugs the tea. It's a little hot. It's fine, I can handle it. Herbert,
Yes?
I do hate to say, but I think it might be better if you visited your timeout corner, but you're not in timeout.
But, what did I do?
Fine. She's just gonna take the bag off and pass it to Nassim. Can you take care of Herbert today?
I will take care of the most wonderful, perfect, disgusting little cannonball.
Cannonball. Right. Conversation later.
We did
2
nothing. It was
points
a
of crit.
series. It was a series of interesting events that worked out in our favor.
So, slight change of plans.
I don't like things that change,
It's-
George.
It's not going to change for you. You're going to still basically be the same, but I have been informed that legally we need to have a jury of our peers present for this. So, your friends are more than, if they wish, they can sit in and watch the, proceedings if they wish.
Of course. I want to watch the drama.
But shouldn't the jury be unbiased?
No. They're not the jury. They're... Okay, correction. They're not the jury. They are the
Witness.
witnesses.
Witnesses.
So, there is a jury, though.
Yes, there is a jury.
Well, I immediately call foul because the representation for the defense and prosecution are supposed to work together to choose the jury, and no one has contacted me about that process. I will raise a stink with whoever I need to when we get. She just gets up and starts walking out. She's like, "Let's go find these bitches," cracking her knuckles.
As she's leaving, and Tropy just leans to the rest of the party. Is she more vicious than normal?
Yes, I'm concerned. As Nassim reaches over the bar and grabs a bottle of wine and is like, "Got this, right, huh?" And she just takes it with.
Those bellyaches do be killing her.
It's
You're getting a squinty eye from.
Yeah, you're getting
Belgar.
a squinty eye from me too, and I'm just like, you need to tell me what you know.
Hey, I'd be hungry too if my belly was aching.
You're being very suspicious, but I don't know why or how.
I have no clue what you mean.
Anyway,
You know exactly what I
I'm just walking around like, no, suspicious, don't be
I
suspicious.
think he's hung around me and Jocasta too much. If he's
anyway, when you're ready,
Yeah.
come up to my office. That's apparently where this is all happening.
Oh. Someone come get me.
I'll get her. I'll get Joe.
I will get more wine for the show.
As you're saying this, you actually notice more odd individuals are coming into the bar. Like, more of
Dressed
these...
similarly.
Yeah, kind of... But it's not like all at once, like ones and twos, and none of them like stay at the bar long. They just kind of all begin like filing up the staircase.
Does anyone notice
all stacked jury.
Has anyone noticed the weird tieflings with the stupid hats? Or is it just me?
This is a bit odd.
Okay, good, it's not just me.
As you're talking, there actually is a dude who actually comes over to you, Jocasta. Are you Jocasta Marsoren?
Who are you?
He's just looking over a piece of paper before he like flips it over and he hands it to you. It shows a list of basically D&D monster types. Select your preferences. We'll have a representative of each present in the jury. Do not worry, they will be selected completely at random.
Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I have to let the cat out.
One of those monsters has to be a cat now.
A cat demon or devil.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so you can have a fiend, a celestial, a fey creature, aberration of some kind, a humanoid of your choice.
Okay. Faye. Human.
Alright.
Fiend. How many am I picking?
You're selecting half. Your opponent's selecting the other half.
Okay, so 5?
Yes. You have one more choice.
I gave you 3.
Oh, yes you did.
Fae, human, fiend. I don't know any more monster types.
There's celestial.
Celestial.
Newt.
I will go with that. Did you say
Ooze.
newt?
I said ooze.
Oh. Yes. Can we have a sentient ooze on the jury?
Sentient might be hard. Actually, we do have one on call that we can get.
Excellent. How did you know my name?
He just like holds up his officiant's badge of the legal system of the Nine Hells.
They're not supposed to know it either. I smell a snake. I know exactly who it is.
Well, now that is settled. Most of the necessary jury has been assembled, and the assemblage of peers, all that such. Did you wish to meet with your did you wish for any like final deliberations, possibly trying to negate this with Lord Mephistopheles by any chance?
No, he's a bitch. I want to fight him.
Noted. I will make sure to pass that message on to him. I will see you at trial.
It's okay. You can tell him I said worse.
Of course.
He's a
And
coward.
the guy just leaves.
The little punk. She like fully doesn't notice. She just
goes on a whole
every name
tangent.
she can think of. Asshole. Douchebag. Douche canoe. Dick bitch.
Are you alright, darling?
Butthead.
He's gone. He's been gone for at least 5 minutes.
Lily-livered snake-skinned hoe.
The scene you reach into the bag to cover up Herbert's ears.
Foul foul language around the baby.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. Shame on me.
She's talking about a different baby at a game, but I don't know that.
Spoilers.
Anyway. So whenever you're ready, just walk through the door.
Alright. You guys coming?
Sure thing.
Let's go.
Yes.
Miss Stevens, after grabbing a bunch of alcohol and snacks for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something.
Again?
I'm gonna do something stupid. I think.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
Well, I have a bag of shrooms, and it says yes, the drugs, and I'm gonna take one.
I should take someone's. We should be high for this. Nassim's actually gonna get her own.
You want one?
Are you?
No, I have my own. I'm taking a hit of Dreamweave before this.
So
gonna
can
say,
I
no,
just
he's
assume
fine.
that you're choosing to fail your Constitution checks for this?
Yes, I want to be high.
Or your Constitution saves? Okay.
Yes.
Josh, can I read you what you wrote?
Yes,
Or told
please.
me? Okay. So in my inventory, I have 5 shrooms. Yes, the drugs. 1, I trip. 2, I see beyond the veil. 3 is unadvised.
Alright, so let's see
We're
what it
gonna
is.
start with 1.
I believe I did not write it down, but 4 is that you add, like, you basically roll again and you take, like, basically double of what you get.
Okay.
We're gonna be high and drunk during this
I'm just,
trial.
I'm just taking 1
Alright.
for now.
That's
I know,
diet.
they taste like shit, don't they?
Careful with that tea.
I coughed and it went up my nose.
Oh.
Oh, that's the worst.
Alright, guys, let's go. My
Come on,
nose
Chris, let's
hurts.
get front row.
Ah!
Just imagine you dragging me along.
Yep. I'm just dragging him by the broom to the front row.
So as soon as you walk into Haw's office, the first thing you notice is it's completely different now. Every corner is of, like, polished stone, steel, though there is glass still. A dim kind of crimson light rains in from the left side of the room. There's brief flashes, almost like thunder, in the distance. All around you see various colored and bespoken individuals dressed in strange, outer-worldly garments. You see fiends of all sorts. Funny enough, standing at the edge of the end of the room, you see 2 bone devils dressed in what looks like formal attire as bailiffs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot something.
The, like, bailiffs slowly look at each other as they suddenly, like, what do we do? I don't know.
No, out of game.
Oh, what'd you get? What do you need?
I wanted to say what Joe was wearing.
Oh yeah, what do you need?
She's wearing her harem pants, but she's wearing a plain white shirt, and she is wearing her sailor jacket, which is it's wool, which is a choice, but it's a, like, tailored dark blue wool jacket in, like, pristine condition. It goes to, like, mid-thigh. It has 3/4 sleeves, gold buttons. It's very snazzy, and I just wanted to say I was wearing that specifically.
I will
That's all.
say the first thing that all of you notice as you're sitting down is how oppressive the heat is. It's muggy, humid, the air feels stale.
Gross. I will be taking off my coat.
No. I will just say, it's probably good that you wore that. As you are directed, Jocasta, to go sit down at your desk, this small imp slowly comes up next to you and starts filling up a cup of water, sets the pitcher down, goes over, fills it up for the next one.
They're so polite.
He then goes down to this small suitcase and he pulls out what appears to be a bullwhip. He goes up and he starts cracking it towards the ceiling as you see little closets beginning to spin a ceiling fan in a circle by flying in a circle. He then goes back to his table and he pulls out what appears to be some sort of like writing device that is made up of a series of finger bone keys that he starts to quickly like test type, like tapping on.
Oh, it's one of those things.
He's a stenographer. They thought of everything. By they, I mean the DM. As
you all like just slowly begin to kind of like corn down, each of the people who are present in the, not the jury, but the, you know, the other people are in there. Just roll me a d6.
Concern.
all of us?
No, you don't have to, Jocasta. Just the people who are sitting and watching this.
The rest of us.
Roll a 6.
What damage?
5.
Me and Crib got 5s. Hey.
I got 4.
I got 6.
You guys suck.
Okay, so Jocasta, you're sitting. No, Nassim, you're sitting across from what appears to be a floating ball that has multiple eyes and is just kind of like staring up towards the front with what appears like. You realize it's wearing a fake beard.
Is it a beholder?
With a fake beard.
Amazing.
Both, let's see, who rolled the 5s?
Me and Crib.
Me and Belgar.
You both are sat next to different Fey Lords. You see, like one who's dressed in brilliant golds and autumn reds. His hair is done up in this, like, brilliant kind of upwards, almost, like, tidal wave of hair, where you see living woodpeckers actually, like, flying and sitting in his hair. Belgar, you're sitting next to a Lord of Winter, who has, like, this, like, crescent moon-shaped hair and beard that comes down to, like, a sharp point. He has this long, like, rapier blade made out of what looks like pure ice that like slowly grows, like groans and crackles as little pixie attendants hold like fans at either side of him and are currently fanning him. Entropia, you're sitting next to a higher celestial, so you see this being who looks like they're made out of pure bronze, just okay, and also I should notify that this person's like 15 feet tall, so as he sits down on the bench, you're kind of like, the whole bench just kind of slides and you slowly shift over next to him, and he's just like, oh, sorry.
That's quite alright, darling. And also, I just want to note that Entropia has put on her Mask of the Raven Queen.
Yeah. So, as you're all sitting, like, some small talk you hear from, like, other members, but there's this kind of tension in the air. You hear a lot of them saying, is he going to show up? I don't know, like, this is a matter of the higher courts, of course it has to be him. He would never. No. Jocasta, as you're just sitting, you suddenly feel a lot more comfortable as the room suddenly goes silent. And you notice the cup of water at your desk slowly begins to freeze over. As the room goes quiet and you hear the doors at the other end open. you hear what sounds like a hooved foot just slowly begin to walk across the floor. The entire courtroom just slowly stops and begins to turn as you see what looks like I'm sure everyone here is familiar with Game of Thrones, right? And the Night King?
Vaguely, yeah.
Alright, so imagine gaunt blue skin, horns that protrude straight upwards from his head, kind of forming the vaguest shapes of a crown, two larger sets of horns that come out to either side, the color of, like, black ice that kind of curls upwards to the shape of, like, a rough mountain range. He wears this long, tailor-made looking, well-fitted robe that comes up to a white button-up that comes underneath him. Below his neck, you see a chain of some sort of mysterious black metal that shows some sort of strange yet distinctive arcane sigil that denotes authority. His eyes are this chilled black, like frozen onyx. His pale white eyes just slowly scan around as his pointed, well-oiled, frozen beard just slowly comes down as Mephistopheles, the Lord of the Eighth Ring, slowly comes over with his attendants, scuttling little imps and other lesser demons who pull out his chair for him as he sits down. And he just nods courteously towards Jocasta.
Can I say that Jo is not looking at him at all? She's also not looking at her notes. She's looking straight ahead and almost looking... She doesn't look bored, but it's like not quite neutral either. So like somewhere just kind of like whatever. Not impressed. There we go.
Now, is this a true you're not impressed, or are you just trying to play off that you're not impressed?
She's not impressed.
Alright.
She's seen more.
As the time actually rolls on, you'll actually hear a tap on your desk. The staff that Mephistopheles is carrying taps on your desk. It is never too late to back out now.
Okay, go for it.
I see why he likes you.
She doesn't actually do that. She just kind of like, she does smile just like a little bit, and goes, "Oh, trust me, there are more reasons," and looks back up front.
Suddenly, the little imp in the corner suddenly rings a bell. All rise! The Honorable Judge Ornsbane! As suddenly you see a pit fiend in, like, full robes, putting a powdered wig on top of his infernal burning form as he sits down at the top of the desk. You all may be seated. As he sits down in his chair.
Entropia gets briefly launched again with the celestial.
Just boom.
Alright. So, this is in the matters of the Hall versus Lord of the Eighth Ring, Mephistopheles, so on and so forth. Yes. So he slowly, like, as he begins looking over the paper. Your Honor, the Mephistopheles says as the pit fiend slowly looks up from what you notice are very small spectacles at the end of his face. I will, be the courteous gentleman, and I will let the defendant go first in this. Are you sure? By all rights, it's the plaintiff who goes first in this, my lord. Yes, I'm just a simple demon lord from the 8th ring of hell. I don't know anything about these fancy city of dis politics, but I'll be more than willing to let the unexperienced opponent go first. As is your right, lord. Defendant, you may go first.
Okay. So, alright, we'll classic TV courtroom drama this. Joe will stand up, take her jacket off, and, like, fold it in half neatly and fold it over the back of her chair. And she's gonna walk out, not holding any notes. She's gonna walk out to address the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I am here representing Mr. Haw, the mortal with whom Lord Mephistopheles has...
Excuse me, dear! As you see an old man sitting in the front row next to, like, Fey Lords and Celestials. I was tilling my farm. I have no idea how I got here.
Don't worry, dear. This should be over fairly quickly.
Okay, but what exactly is going on? Jury, can you please refrain from making commentary while the defendant is giving her case? Otherwise, he will be held in contempt of court. As he suddenly, like, brings his gavel, and you see, like, a hellmouth open, like, in the back wall.
Okay, be nice. Be nice to the humans. Didn't anyone teach you manners? Jeez. Permission to address the bench.
Granted.
Didn't anyone ever teach you manners? Be nice to the human.
Your complaint is noted.
Thank you.
As you actually hear the little imp tapping away.
Sir, don't worry. Your fields will still be there for you to till when you get back, because they're going to put you back at the exact time and place they took you from. I'm sure. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as the defense for Mr. Haw...
Excuse me. I do not address as a man or woman, the Fey Lord says.
Also valid. Goodly gentles. I'm not going to do it again. Goodly gentles. Mr. Haw, points at Haw, is a mortal, like some of you, who fell in with Lord Mephistopheles. They became business partners of sorts. But unfortunately, there are some faults within their contract, and we're here today to get those straightened out and make sure that it is truly fair for all parties. Due to the vagaries presented within the contract, Mr. Haw would like to renegotiate the terms to make sure that they are more specific and more fair to all the parties concerned. I look forward to working with you all. And you too, she says, turning to the judge.
Who gives
And then
he gives a small nod.
She turns to Mephistopheles. I'm sure you're nice to some people. I doubt I will be one of them. And then she goes and sits down.
As he does so, Mephistopheles slowly stands up. Good people of the jury. Friends and associates all across these many wonderful realms of reality. I come here with a heavy heart. For what I represent here is justice. Justice not only for the letter of the law, but for the spirit of it. What is it that it means to be a devil? Not only to hold up the pax primeval, but to punish the sinner. And that is my full intention this day, is to not only see that my legal rights are upheld, but that this sinner gets his just deserves. I have nothing against who I go up against. She is nothing but another pawn in this great game that we all play now. So if anything, bear no ill will towards her for defending this horrible man who has done horrible things in the search for his own power. Instead, consider what you can do, good people of the jury, to correct what needs to be done. I, more than willing to put my trust in my good name to you, good people. That is all, Your Honor. Thank you, my lord. Alright, let us present. Defendant, you will go first.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
As she just as Jocasta is cracking her knuckles.
Are we calling witnesses? Is that what we're doing?
Yes. Witness,
Excellent.
evidence, so on and so forth.
I would like to call... Who should we start with? She's not saying that out loud. I'm saying that out loud.
Entropia, do you want to flip me a coin?
I call it Trophy invite to the
For a
stand.
second, I thought you were calling me, and I was like, oh no. Hold on. Yes, I will flip you a coin. Is it blue? Is it blue for you?
Okay. I would like to call Mr. George Haw to the stand.
Hall will stand up from your face and he'll go up to the jury stand, which then he suddenly waits for a second as the Judge Erdensbane just looks over. It's like, oh, sorry. Reaches down, pulls up what appears to be a thick tome, sets it down on the jury stand as he goes and sits up on it.
Oof.
Sir, you are Mr. George Hall. That is correct, Your Honor. Proceed.
Excellent. And she'll get up and walk back up to be in front of Haw. Mr. Haw, why don't you tell the jury a little bit about yourself, just so they know more about what's going on here. What do you do, Mr. Haw, for a living?
My name is George Hall. I live in Shamel, and that is my place of occupation. I have a dream. A dream of making a place where dreams can become real. In the mortal world, he says, looking towards the Fey Lords, who are just like, this bitch. I wish to make a place where happiness abounds. A empire of dreams, as it were. monetized, prioritized, and catered to every single person's desire. A global spanning media empire. Haaland. Now, as a man, well, as a halfling who grew up with less than desirable means, I was no royal, no noble. I never had magical powers of my own, so I had to do what was needed to do. And at the tender age of 16, I may have fallen in with a less than savory crew. I made deals that I now regret. I've done things I too regret, but for a greater good. My dream. I'm sure the good people of the jury can understand that. Have any more questions?
But yes, obviously. Mr. Haw, how exactly did you become associated with the good Lord Mephistopheles?
We were introduced through a mutual friend who I'm not at liberty to discuss in court. Not at liberty? It is part of our, part of an infernal pact, Your Honor. Do you happen to have a copy of this for my discretion? Of course, Your Honor. He says he reaches into his pocket and actually pulls out a different contract than the one you saw.
This guy's so stupid.
As the judge immediately opens it up, like, starts to look it over and then looks to the very bottom, and his eyes just go wide as he quickly rolls it up.
Great.
And hands it off to Hall. You may proceed.
So, Mr. Haw. What led you to seek out infernal assistance to achieve your dream?
As I said, I was a halfling of no means. There would have been no way I would have ever been able to have the capital connections or opportunities to do what I had to do to fulfill what I wanted.
Understandable. That is one good thing, as she turns to the jury to address them. I think we can all agree that that's a positive service that the Lords of Hell and their many minions can provide. The opportunity to those who may not or will not otherwise have any opportunities. But sometimes sometimes these lords overstep. And I would like to argue that that's what Lord Mephistopheles has done in this situation. Mr. Haw, and she will pass him the contract, copy or whatever of his contract with Mephistopheles. She will go. Sorry, I have to find the section I'm thinking of. Give me one sec.
Sorry, just cutting off. While this is happening, to the rest of the people who are outside watching the proceedings, a small imp comes up to you. Excuse me, do you want some libations? Perhaps a barbiturate of some kind?
Does it cost anything?
Oh, no.
I got my own. Holds up her bottle of wine.
Ah, very good, very good. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like some Quaaludes? She says to Entropia.
No, thank you.
Very good. Anyway, sorry, Jack.
Mr. Ha, if you could sections 1 and 2, the preamble and consideration from your contract. Let me know if you need me to read them out for you, Josh.
Yes, please, because I have a lot of other stuff up at the moment.
Yep. Preamble. The mortal party agrees to enter into this contract of their own volition and understanding. In exchange for their immortal soul, the contracted shall be given the means, knowledge, and opportunities to create the kingdom of which he seeks. Consideration. In consideration for the fulfillment of the mortal party's desires, the mortal party agrees to render unto the infernal party their eternal soul upon death without condition or reservation. And you know what? Just for kicks and giggles, why don't you read number 3, Mr. Haw? The duration. This contract shall remain binding until the fulfillment of the mortal party's desires, after which the mortal party's soul shall become the property of the infernal party for all eternity. The death of the mortal party shall be seen as his contract fulfilled, and his soul shall be sent immediately to Cania in the realm of the Nine Hells. These are all fairly standard sections in an infernal contract, based on my own experience anyway. Would you say that that's true, Mr. Ha? You do have an infernal contract to compare them to, after all.
It's not a one-to-one comparison to the other deal that I have made.
But the gist of them is probably similar. Would you say?
If I may, Your Honor, I can vouch that this is a standard contract of infernal origin. I will help the defendant in this matter.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Just love girls helping girls. Alright. I suppose, to really... You know what, we'll come back to that. Actually, I have to find my argument. My computer's frozen. That's nice. Give me a sec. Things are loading.
Do we need a brief recess?
No, it's here. We have, I would like to dismiss Mr. Hall from the stand.
Very well.
May I don't, out of game, I don't know what order a trial goes in.
Now the plaintiff gets to call a witness. As Haw goes back to the your side, Mephistopheles will slowly stand up. I would like to call to the stand Jocasta Marsorin.
Joe just like looks around like, who the fuck is that? Because she had told Paul her name is Electra. And then she'll be like, oh, fine, whatever, and go up.
As suddenly everyone in the audience just kind of like slowly like, oh, what is he doing? Your Honor! Now, I may just be a simple Lord of the Nine Hells from the 8th ring, but is it a crime to commit identity fraud? Because I believe that the defendant's legal party was going under false pretenses during the entire aspect of her investigation.
You haven't asked me a question yet.
Is this true? There's my question.
What false pretenses would I have been using, in your opinion?
Have you been using a false alias in the legal actions of this most reputable Nine Hells?
Legally? No, I have not. Outside of this? Yes. Many people throughout this chamber use aliases, I'm sure, including yourself, Lord Mephistopheles. How often do you... That's not your true name. So one could argue that you're doing the exact same thing you're accusing me of doing.
My many titles have been registered under the rights board of the Nine Hells. If you were taken into such consideration, you could have done the same by getting the appropriate permits beforehand. But you are deciding to go freehand, willy-nilly, waving around your false names here and there.
Again, how have I used a false name in connection with this trial? I've used it in the mortal world, yes. But I wasn't the one going out and acquiring further information. I wasn't doing the legwork. I wasn't giving my name to anyone when I was doing my research. I gave a different name to Lord Ha with the understanding that it was not my real name. He knew that.
As he just says that, he points to the jury. The deception. At the very root of this trial, the deception has been planted.
Again, Lord Mephistopheles, you haven't been able to prove that I deceived anyone. No, go on. How have I deceived anyone in this room?
Deceived anyone?
In regards to my name. Let's narrow it down.
Oh. Because there are many things in which you have caused deception in this very room.
Everybody lies. You not least of all.
You have evidence to support that?
I'm still waiting for the evidence of how I lied.
He just kind of...
You don't seem to prove it. You have no foundation on this argument you're making. You have no evidence. Where are you going with this?
He just slowly sets down. Your Honor. Would you please read some of the... I need to look it up. Would you please read the aspects of Appendix B, specifications of recourse? Subsection 4, if you please.
Oh my gosh. My computer just froze again.
Subsection 4. Mortal legal counsel cannot be a wizard above the 20th rank level. Access to 9th level spells of reality manipulation magic. Your Honor, this elf is a cardinal of the city of Sigil. One of the most powerful beings in this multiverse. She is one of the Jocasta Marsorans, who has the ability to manipulate time and space. If that is not a violation of that subsection, I cannot see any other means in which. Is this not true, Miss Jocasta Marsoran? Are you not a member of that sect?
Me, personally?
Are you
Not
not?
at the moment.
Are you not that Jocasta Marsoran in question?
I personally, in this moment, am not.
Your name is Jocasta Marsoran. You are Jocasta Marsoran of Singorn?
Yes. I am not. Personally, me personally, in this moment, I am not the Jocasta Marsoran who is a time cardinal or a wizard above the 20th rank, and I do not have access to the 9th or above circle of reality manipulation magic.
How can we know this? You could have manipulated your level before coming into this very room. This could be another. This could be a proxy of another Jocasta who has been in charge of this account this whole time. We do not know, nor can we know. Such is the power of a Time Cardinal.
Exactly. You can't know. You're accusing me of something, once again, that you cannot prove. You have no foundation for any of the arguments to put against me.
Except, I have evidence that you have been regular collusions with a fellow Time Cardinal, as he slams what appears to be a photograph down on the table. A well-known associate of these very 9 hells. Hercule! As suddenly, like, all the Infernal party members suddenly like, oh, as they start, like, rambling through it. Is this not you? With a fellow Time Cardinal. As you see them, it's actually a picture of you two, like, dancing over the flames, with, Herbert Chalkakins in the foreground.
I knew that's where this was going. Okay. Hold on. Let me think about how I want to say it.
That is all, Your Honor, he says as he goes back to his...
I have never said that I was not in conference with another Time Cardinal. I'm saying that me, personally, in this moment, I am not a Cardinal of Time.
That is all, Your Honor. Miss Marsoren, you may go back to your seat, and you may call the next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She will take a seat.
She is not making that noise. I am. Oh, as one additional argument against, just to put this out there, Appendix B does specify that the Mortal Council must be a native of the mortal realm of existence, which I am, and must have the capability to die of natural bodily failure within the span of 800 years, which is entirely possible for me. Trust me. I do, in fact, meet the qualifications. Mr. Hogg, associate that introduced us, made sure of that. They're very good at their job.
Everyone just starts like, it can't be that. The actual Pale Merchant? Alright, Entropia, as you're sitting next to him, the Celestial's like, I never understand why these mortals always fall for the same traps over and over.
They're all idiots, honestly.
Preach. He says as he actually, like, holds up his glass to clink with yours.
The clink is. Do I, out of curiosity, while sitting in the audience, do I hear any other small talk?
Roll me a perception check.
Sure. Just to see if there's any vibes. That is a 21.
I mean, there's a lot of languages that you can't understand being spoken at the moment.
That's fair. Yeah. Common, Halfling, and Goblin are the 3 that I know.
Common is pretty much only being used in, like, very brief moments. And strangely enough, for legal proceedings.
Okay. Oh, I can be speaking in Infernal. If you'd like.
It
Joe can do that.
This was more for everyone else's case.
They're all gonna be real bored.
Becca would just be like, it's not even in Draconic. Shame. The real voice of law.
Yeah, the actual representation of justice is here.
Yeah, exactly.
A representation, I should say.
Steve's just gonna look over at the beholder next to her and be like, nice beard.
Thank you!
You want some Dreamweave? She just holds up another hit of her Dreamweave.
Shit, fuck it, we ball!
got a beholder high. Amazing.
I'm getting a beholder high during court.
Yes,
mean,
he
he-
is a
He is quite high. He is actually floating.
There, knocked another one off. We're just getting high.
Okay.
Call the next witness.
Yep. I will call Lord Mephistopheles to the stand.
Oh, Mephistopheles will coolly and calmly walk up to the stand using his cane. He sits down, removes the tome first.
I sat on it too when he called me. It's fine, she's small.
Yeah.
Built for bigger people than us.
You, of course, Mephistopheles of the 8th Ring of Hell, known as Cana. I am your honor, and I will swear upon the Pax Primeval on that. Very good, you may proceed.
Lord Mephistopheles, it's so nice to finally meet you in person. I've heard a lot about you from our mutual friend.
Yes. It seems that, you're far closer to our mutual friend than I could ever hope to be.
That is entirely accurate. Don't try to take my place.
In fact, you're so close together, one could say you're almost internally entwined.
Gross. That's a really gross thing to say. Ew.
He just smiles as he leans back.
Moving on from that body horror image. Lord Mephistopheles.
Yes.
In section of the additional terms of Mr. Hawes' contract, it states the mortal party will have to make significant efforts in the expansion of their corporate interest. Efforts must be made to increase base profits to by 70 to 100% of that of the previous year. Failure to do so will see the forfeiture of either a year of the mortal party's life, a donation of mortal equivalents, such donations, blah blah blah, Appendix C, or the payment of 100 pounds of gold or similar precious metal. Now, at no point in the contract is it stated exactly what this means. It's not explicitly outlined. As with most of the contract, it's actually incredibly vague. As the terms are given, it doesn't actually state what happens to the mortal party if this failure to produce were to continue year after year. At what point would the contract be nullified due to Hawes' failure to produce? And would it truly be Hawes' responsibility, or would it be the fault of yourself for failing to provide him with the means to increase his profit? How would this be determined?
Whereas Your Honor, I have given at least 3 means of payment here, both in the mortal's lifespan, and in monetary compensation. Also, the mortal's memory. So, if he were to, say, run out of memories, he would have money to pay off. And if he were to run out of money, then he would run out of his life. And then once his life was done, his soul would be mine. It is a simple, almost elegant, straightforward means. The contract would be over when he runs out of what he can give me in return for failing.
Right. Thank you for clarifying. But some of my other questions do still stand. When is it Mr. Hawes' responsibility... Sorry. How is it determined whether it was Hawes' responsibility to produce that failed, or your responsibility to provide him with the means to do so that led to the failure?
Sorry, now I need to think.
Forcing the DM to use his brain.
Your Honor, there is a large difference between opportunity and flat-out giving. I have provided Mr. Hall more than enough opportunities to grow and expand his operations. Whether he fails to do so is a lack of initiative.
For our own reference and education, do you have evidence of these opportunities that you claim to have provided, Mr. Hall?
Of course. He actually pulls out a scroll and he will unfurl it and start handing it to you.
Thank you kindly, my dear whatever. Never mind. Another. Oh, hold on. Let me read this first. Make sure I don't say something stupid. Another point in which the contract is incredibly vague is in the outcome and what you specifically will be doing to help Mr. Ha achieve that. At no point in the contract is it explicitly stated what you will do or provide to ensure Ha's desired outcome. There is no timeline given. The actual outcome itself is only defined vaguely as an establishment of George Haaland or an entertainment empire, as mentioned in Appendix A. But what exactly this is isn't explicitly defined in the contract itself. If it was discussed verbally by the contracted, these terms should have been placed into the contract itself in order to make them legally binding. With no specific terms laid out, there is no firm way to state when they have been fulfilled. How would a dispute be arbitrated if one party were to state that the terms have been fulfilled, but the other contended it? There's also no timeline stated for when the terms, vague as they are to be fulfilled by. What if one or both participants were to intentionally drag their feet on fulfilling their end of the bargain?
Well, at least we know what would happen if Mr. Hall dragged his feet.
Right, you'd be stealing his life. I'm sorry. Stealing was an inappropriate word to use. I do apologize to both you and the jury. You would be removing life from him or taking payment in the form of memories or gold. That
exactly.
would you know. But what if you were to drag your feet, Lord Mephistopheles? What guarantee does Mr. Hall have that you've actually been putting effort into this and giving it your all?
There's a slight murmur in the courtroom. If I may,
Please,
was the breaching of said contract due to a lack of monetary funds, lack of opportunity? Have I shown any lack of initiative on my end of this contract? Or was the failure in the side of Mr. Hall?
Lord Mephistopheles, that's not what I asked. I asked, how are you to be held accountable for your side of the bargain?
The Pax Primeval, of course.
Of course. Now, again, I do want to clarify, how would a dispute be arbitrated if one party were to state that the terms have been fulfilled, but the other contended that fulfillment?
As if Mr. Hall were to say that my dream has never been fulfilled. This is partially held up in the aspect of the contract. The longer he wishes to hold out on this concept of a dream, the more time he will lose. The more money he will have to produce, and the more opportunity of defaulting on his pact there will be. His dream is only as big as he sees it. As per our agreement, His desire was for an entertainment empire, and for George Holland, it was never specified what exactly that entailed. And that is not a fault of my own, but a fault of the accused in his inconsideration when forming this pact in the first place.
I actually would like to argue that statement and state that I think it's the fault of both parties of the contract. You should both have made sure that the terms were clear and defined in order for situations like this not to occur. Don't you agree, Lord Mephistopheles?
I can choose not to.
Fair enough. That is your right, after all. Goodly gentles of the jury, I think we have sufficiently set up that the contract is full of incredibly vague language and very difficult, therefore, for either party to either arbitrate or prove much of anything. But there is one specific thing that I would really like to draw your attention to.
I mean, like one of the Fey Lords who's actually looking over this, I mean, it looks like this was written by an idiot who has no idea what a law degree is.
The contract itself?
Yes.
Amazing. I love that. All right. Towards the beginning of the contract, if you will turn your attention to your copies there, you can see the second paragraph, beginning with Infernal Contract, but I'll just read it out for the rest of the audience. So, this Infernal Contract is made on this Ulysen's 6th day of Brusundar in the year 826 of the Exandrian Standard Calendar, between Mephistopheles, Lord of the Eighth Ring Cania, hereinafter referred to as the Infernal Party, and George Atherby Haw, hereinafter referred to as the Mortal Party. Again, Mephistopheles, Lord of the Eighth Ring Cania, hereinafter referred to as the Infernal Party, and George Atherby Haw, hereinafter referred to as the Mortal Party. That is actually, in my opinion, one of the clearest statements in the entire contract.
Excuse me, miss, I don't understand. Why is this important?
According to this clause, thank you so much for asking. It is very important to make sure that you understand everything that is going on here. What was your name again, sir?
Yorkshire?
Okay.
Yorkshire Russet? Of Russet Potato Farms?
I was gonna say, are those just potatoes? Mr. Russet, thank you again for joining us here today at such short notice. According to this sentence, this clause, if you will, it states very explicitly that Lord Mephistopheles is to be referred to in the contract by his name is a given, but by the term Infernal Party. And it states that George Atherby Haw, Mr. Haw, my client here, is to be referred to, again, by his name, or as the Mortal Party. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So when I read the next clause out loud, the preamble, I'd like you all to listen very closely and see if you can hear
all right, the Mortal Party
No. I said I would read it. Thank you so much for your participation, Mr. Russet.
Sorry, so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. It's your first time. We all get a little flustered. For the rest of the witnesses here today, and for the jury, and for our lovely judge, I would like to read the preamble. And again, all of you keep your ears peeled for the fun little Easter egg in this particular clause. The Mortal Party agrees to enter into this contract of their own volition and understanding, in exchange for their immortal soul The contracted shall be given the means, knowledge, and opportunities to create the kingdom of which he seeks.
As soon as you say the contracted, suddenly the Fae on the council are just like, oh, yes, yeah.
And she turns to Mephistopheles and goes, "Did you catch it, my lord?"
His eyes are wide. As you see his legal counsel, this small imp, suddenly just have this look on his face like, I'm dead. I am fucking dead.
Well, I feel a little bad for that guy.
As
For anyone the mortal party agrees to enter into this contract of their own volition and understanding in exchange for their immortal soul. The contracted shall be given the means, knowledge, and opportunities to create the kingdom of which he seeks. At what point in the previous paragraph was the title contracted defined? Does anyone recall? Lord Mephistopheles, do you?
you see his jaw just slowly begin to grind with the force of glacial ice.
That's right. It wasn't. That previous paragraph said that Lord Mephistopheles should be referred to as the Infernal Party, and Mr. Haw should be referred to as the Mortal Party. The contracted is an incredibly vague term. In addition to all the other vagaries in this contract, it could refer to either member of the contract.
Erdin's Bane is just going to, look over and is like, well, my lord, I never thought I would say this, but I'm going to have to declare this whole concept a mistrial, and you are legally bound to renegotiate the contract of your client. This oversight is a gross misinterpretation of infernal law, and I declare in case of the defendant. Case closed.
And we didn't even make it to closing comments. That was pretty cut and dry, my lord. You should probably get in touch with your underwriters and get them some new training.
Oh, trust me, I will be personally training my underwriters. As you see the guy at the desk just slowly sink into his chair.
He's melting.
Yeah. Well. When shall we rediscuss? See, that is actually not going to be necessary, Mr. Mephistopheles. Well, in the, legal limbo that I'm currently in, I have renegotiated my contract with another party, meaning you are no longer the holder of my soul. Meaning, we have no more business with each other, Mr. Mephistopheles. Oh, sorry, Lord Mephistopheles. If you have any questions, he says, handing the scroll that he handed to the judge over to him, you may look over that at your leisure. He says as he slowly looks over to it, and you just see his claws just slowly begin to dig into the corners of the paper as he looks down it. That stealing, backstabbing snake.
Lord Mephistopheles, if you don't mind returning my client's property to him, I think we're ready to go.
He will calmly begin to roll it up, but as he does so, you just see Frost, reach onto either side as he just gingerly hands it back to you, though his eyes are just burning like white fires that are looking straight at you. This is not over.
I don't doubt that. I'll be visiting you soon, I'm sure.
Oh, trust me. I know you will. Especially if you're dealing with him.
And who might that be? Mr. Hall?
As he looks down at the contract and looks up at you, our mutual friend.
Oh, of course.
Also, he says he slowly turns and he will specifically walk halfway through the room where your party's sitting and turn back. Congratulations on expecting. And as he leaves the room.
And in this moment, Mori just yelled death.
Death! Death!
Thank you.
She's gonna pick up her jacket and fold it over one arm, and offer the other to Ha. Even if he is 2 feet shorter than her.
Yeah, he takes it and he's just like, do I want to know?
A word of warning. Generally, don't get into bed with devils. It doesn't work out for most of you as well as it did for me.
As you slowly begin walking out, you see Mephistopheles slowly walk over to one person who's in the back corner of the room, and he just hands them something.
Who? Can I see who?
He... yeah, roll me a perception check. You hear him whisper something.
Hold on. I'm gonna use a portent and roll a 26.
Alright. You see him handing it over to what appears to be this, like, weird, massive bug-like creature that is, like, somewhat frost-encrusted. He hands this thing a scroll. Well, that chapter's done. Now let's see how the story ends, shall we? Yes, my lord! Let's get front row seats for the next show, shall we? I will be sure that you are unseen and unperceived.
Can I detect thoughts, the beetle?
Sure.
Does his brain feel beatly?
His brain feels like trying to pierce a glacier. You're just like, oh!
I'm just trying to get like the little glimpse of what he's referring to.
As you begin to peruse, you see what appears to be a section from a ancient Fey play where one of the players speaks about how foolish these mortals be.
Interesting.
However, you see what appears to be the image of an arrow flying through the air, also playing through his mind.
Ah, got it. Additionally, Mr. Haw, you may want to take the precaution of stone skin.
I will have to go and see about my new patron about gaining such a power. Currently, I'm a bit fresh, as it were. My previous patron's power has been thoroughly exercised from me.
Yeah. Good luck on having a warlock pact with him.
Anyway, so with that done, as all of you begin to file out, you immediately just file out back to the Perfect Pearl, as Hall is just like,
Do we feel better?
I feel like a free man, a new man, a man unbound by any limitations of law and recourse.
Aren't you still in a pact?
Yes, but a far more forgiving pact than my previous one.
I wouldn't.
You're just in a hotter one.
Yeah.
What?
A hotter one.
Yeah, that's what I.
Yes, but
Also, do we have any snacks?
if you wish for food, you may you're more than willing to go get some. Though I will say that since our contract is now done, our agreement's on the rooms, and I will ask that you will be out by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Will you have our transportation ready?
That has already been established. Just go to the shoreside stables, and there will be a means of transport. A cart, in fact. A cart pulled by horses. If you wish to look over what's the word? Sorry, this is me actually having a brain fart. The qualifications of the driver. He comes very highly recommended, I can assure you. He will get you to where you need to go.
Will there be snacks?
There will be...
have snacks during that?
There will be food provided.
I shared them with my new friend with the beard, whose name I can't remember.
The Beholder?
Yeah, him. I didn't catch his name. He was nice. I liked his beard.
I liked that human. He was fun.
That poor farmer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the farmer, man, that was weird.
You got sunstroke, Grandpa.
Come now, Grandpa. Time for your prune juice.
Mr. Russell's from our world. I need to go back to watch Price is Right.
Before we separate, Joe's just gonna lean down to Haw. Not all the way because that would look stupid. But she's gonna lean down and she goes, Mr. Haw, I certainly hope you know what you're doing with your new patron. If you get in trouble with him, don't expect any help from pretty much anyone.
Oh. Are you saying you can't bat your eyelashes at him and help me out? After all we did for each other?
Even if I could, I wouldn't. It's been wonderful working with you, Mr. Haw. I hope I never see your face again in my life.
Well, I wouldn't say that. There's still the matter of your monetary compensation.
Right. You can, I'm sure Belgar would love that.
He will turn to you, Belgar.
Boy, would I.
Well, what do you say, Mr. Belgar? Since that is your true name.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Are we done with the aliases now?
No. People
No.
still know your name.
You keep your name. The gig was up for some of us already in that trial.
Hold on. No. Gift of Gab. I didn't say Belgar. I said Dracax.
Oh, snap!
Reaction. I didn't do that.
Oh, snap! Oh, snap!
Hey.
I used it!
You have a chance to use that.
So excited!
You're like,
It is
hey.
a good spell. It's a very good spell.
Anyway,
Great.
Never mind. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
So how much were you supposed to be paying her?
well, do you wish for the going legal rate of counsel?
I
Joe.
think I'm worth more than that, just for the record. Even if I am unexperienced.
It was an infernal trial.
Yep.
Well, as she says so herself, she's untrained, so
But I did a good job!
you did a very good job.
It was a high-profile case.
I will also say that covering food, board, and excessive amounts of alcohol for everything that's happened here has...
That was not... That was on top of monetary compensation, not part of the monetary compensation. You can take the alcohol out of the monetary compensation, but room and board should not be counted. I did take slight advantage of the alcohol situation.
So, shall we just say a nice round 50,000 gold?
Yes. Excellent.
I would never say no to
Okay.
50,000.
Boga, can I keep some of it? I don't have spending money.
How much do you want?
Like 1,000?
All right.
That's a lot of spending money. I won't have to ask you for anything anytime soon. Mr. Ha, did I give you your dress back?
No,
obviously-
actually.
Okay, I'm gonna
Where-
go grab that.
Where did that go?
My floor?
Alright.
I'll go get it.
Alright. So, Jocasta, as you run back to your room, you go into your room, you look over, you see everything's disheveled, everything's tossed around. You and Hercule obviously had some fun as you see the rose petals scattered everywhere. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, I have a feeling.
I have thoughts. That's not gonna be a good one. Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
14.
Dress isn't here.
That's interesting, because I know that when I got back, I was very tired when I got back from the dragon party. But I'm fairly certain I took it off in here.
The room was also cleaner then, and there was also a person who wasn't here yesterday, not here now.
Maybe I should ask Herbert.
I have Herbert.
I know.
Well, that was fun.
Wasn't it? You met so many cool people as I just shove, like, a bunch of chips in his mouth, thinking that I'm gonna shove them in my mouth.
He's drowning in chips.
Oh, I know for me, just pulls them off of him and starts eating them.
Sally, that's disgusting.
No, it's an interesting flavor. You got used to it. Here, try some.
No,
I'd
absolutely
prefer
not.
to.
Crib, do you wanna? Here, Crib, try it
Kirk's
with
like,
me.
yes, give me.
Grim's off
Herbert's
raiding the
fine
fridge.
flavored potato chips.
It's almost like pork, but not.
Tropia has a master deception. She can't hide the look of disgust on her face.
There's just chips on top of Herbert, and we're just eating the chips off of him.
Oh,
You both are disgusting.
I am hungry and drunk, and I am smelling colors.
You know what's Barkeep, as the Tropia goes over, I need some boring ass toast. The most boring.
He just, takes a piece of bread, throws it on the fire for, 5 seconds, then takes it off and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Barely.
Nassim, darling, shoves the piece of bread in your mouth.
Oh, she takes
Roll me... Okay, roll me a roll me a constitution check.
It's so good.
Who?
Nassim.
Oh, okay.
Me? Okay.
Shoves
I
bread.
will.
To not throw.
I will say she open mouth as wide as possible. Your hand is in her mouth.
Yeah, that's why I'm rolling, because... Yeah, just give me that roll.
The mixture of alcohol and magic weed.
So,
That is a 21.
Entropia,
Mhm.
your hand is sucked into a maelstrom-like mouth of Nassim as your entire hand is just up to the wrist in her mouth right now.
How?
Release. Let's
Oh.
go.
As it looks like she unhinges her jaw for a second, and then you're just like, lucky guy, you can't do that.
She's gonna take her hand and just her now Nassim's spit covered hand and just run it over Nassim's face. Like, here you go. Have your spit back.
Oh, sorry.
I will now write down that weird information Nassim can unhinge her jaw.
Haven't seen Nazim like that since you did some strange suit back in Darktoad.
Oh yeah, when I had the suit, that was the multiple colors cut into one mega suit.
Yes, that one.
I hadn't seen her like that since that time. She did it like 37 times with your brother. As Boz is as Boz is just sitting at the bar.
We don't talk about the mistakes I made
37.
when I was dumb.
37 times.
I was dumb and high.
I almost killed you.
You are still my sleep paralysis demon.
I always will be, darling.
I'm pretty sure Entropia is now the sleep paralysis demon of most of Exandria.
I hate that. I hate it so much. You are going to be the object of my nightmares until I die.
Good, as I should be.
You're lucky I love you.
Ball's just gonna look at Belgar as she says that, was that?
That was friend love, not romantic love, you sick old fuck.
Don't worry, I can tell the difference.
It's also the drugs, probably.
Very much the drugs.
It's a mix of wine and dream weave. Plus, it was very warm in that room.
She didn't lick the beholder, did she?
No, I don't.
Did I lick the beholder?
You're not sure.
Roll a percentile?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will roll a percentile to see if I licked the beholder.
A weird situation, to be sure.
None of us were sitting next to you, so it's hard
that
to say.
That was a 22%.
You totes did.
Oh no.
You licked it, didn't you?
I will not confirm or deny this as she takes another sip of wine, as I am taking another sip of wine.
Is this like a god goo situation?
It might just cause basically
It's like licking those hallucinogenic frogs.
Oh.
Magical.
Pretty weird.
It's probably going to be like how you were, darling, in the Purple Dragon Club. Looking at Belgar.
Hey, that floor was moving, okay?
Yes, the floor was moving. I was a raven.
Mr. Belgar, did you participate in
illicit
substances?
He did.
My goodness, I never thought I'd live to see
a room, and that's what got me.
That's what That's exactly what my daughter says.
Husband, I'm mad that you took the other half of my wine because it's gone.
Who are you talking to?
The DM.
I have no idea who this is.
Nassim's nose is now bleeding. There's the counter.
Entropy will go to wherever the stables are, because she wants to check out the cart.
Alright.
I don't know. If anyone wants to come with her, by all means, but that's where Entropy is going.
That'd probably be a good thing for everyone to do.
Can you roll me a coin if I will follow you in my high drunken stupor?
Sure. That is a red.
I will follow. She will just float, bobbing float.
The return of Nassim. The return of Nassim Balloon.
I was just say, I'll just tie a rope around her wrist. Hold on.
As you're doing that, she is starting to float upwards a little bit.
This is why you are now a balloon.
I am a balloon.
Is it just Nassim and Entropia checking out the cart, or is anyone else coming with?
Belgar would probably come with. The two wizards are probably just doing wizard things.
Yeah, that's fair.
We left the wizards unsupervised.
Bah.
I don't know.
I'd like to see if Gordon comes back.
He's back.
Hey!
Gordon. Creve.
Hey. Yes.
Gonna go.
Do you
Oh.
do you wish to come look at the horses and the cart that we will be taking?
Or do you want to hang with Joe and be unsupervised wizards?
How bad is Crib tripping right now?
I mean,
Give
we
me
have
it.
determined that Nassim licked the beholder and is now drunk and high.
I like it.
Higher than
Did
normal.
the Fey Lord give you any like weird flower petals or something?
No, he gave him a weird mushroom.
Yeah, I took a mushroom. I took a shroom before
Yeah.
the trial.
No,
Took a fairy-
I'm saying while like you took the mushroom, but then did like the Fairy Lord give you any extra stuff while you were there?
Probably.
Roll
One of the little
fried-
squirrels living in his head did.
Like fried flower petals to be like chips. I also really want chips now.
Then go get chips.
Anyway, shall we go?
No.
Shall we go to the cart
Yeah.
driver? Shall we go to the
Yeah.
stables?
I think Crib is just gonna trip and do what all good wizards do and study his spell book.
That's a good idea.
He's going introspective on this.
Whoop.
His eyes are gonna go cross-eyed.
Perhaps there's some...
Rainbow kaleidoscopes with fire.
Oh no, he's gonna summon another magic tornado.
Oh yeah. It can only end horribly.
This is fine. Where's the stable at?
I brought you guys over there.
Oh, hey, look at that. Cool.
All right. So, as you go over to the stables, let's see if I can find the right ambiance.
Ambiance.
New age jazz.
Is there a devil here? I know what you're talking about.
You like jazz?
Why is there a giant bee demon talking to me?
It's the giant mosquito guys. I can't remember what they're called.
Aren't those aliens?
No, there's like weird mosquito demons or devils. I can't remember.
Demons.
You like jazz?
No!
Where the heck is... Sorry, I'm looking for the right...
Vamos.
Yeah, let's do this one.
No ambience for you.
So, as you go out on town, everything seems to be hunky-dory, copacetic, much as everything else is. Though, you now knowing some of the stuff that just happens here, it's like when you go to like an amusement park as a kid and you're just like, wow, everything's magical and amazing, but then when you learn about some things as an adult and you just like start going around, you're just like, oh god.
Oof, size big.
Yeah. Anyway, where is it? I swear I had a thing for horses.
Doing real good.
So you eventually go until you hear the sound of like horses in the distance, as well as other strange sounds like this weird kind of like low tone thing. As you eventually pass these large like open fields that have a lot of animals that you actually haven't seen before in Tropia.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of she's looking at it like
I don't even think you've ever seen a horse before.
she knows of horses, but like
Yeah, you
probably hasn't seen one in person.
You also see what appears to be what the players will know as camels or alpacas, but only Nassim really knows what they are. So you just see, most of you see these weird long-necked, hairy things that are chewing.
I love your llama noises.
An alpaca. I
A
love
what?
alpacas. An alpaca.
I
It's
don't
like
know
a-
what that is.
It's like a llama, but better.
You don't know what a llama is.
Darling, did you, while you were, I don't remember how
I'm
long you were
serious.
on my island, but did you see any llamas or alpacas on Skola?
Okay. This is an alpaca. A llama is to this, but less shaggy, and they spit and bite more.
As you do so, Metropia, make me a dexterity saving throw. I'll allow you to use evasion for this.
I was gonna say, evasion? Question mark?
Yes.
Will evasion apply? Okay. Alright,
Yes.
So that's plus 10 to that roll. That's a 23.
As soon as she says that, the thing... And you manage to, like, dodge out of the way of a thick glob of greenish spit that, like, sails, like, cleanly over your head as you
that's
dodge.
Rude. She just looks at the thing. That was rude.
It's so cute and it's so fluffy as she just like buries her face into its neck.
Oh.
Confused.
Actually,
Face still in the neck, she waves Entropia over. Come, touch it.
Actually, fun fact, the softest part of their hair is actually their butthole.
I am not putting my face on its butt.
Oh, that's a shame.
Is there a farmer or whoever the stable hand is? Is that who that is?
Yeah,
talking?
there looks to be a guy who's like handling some horses right now.
Excuse me, sir. We're here on behalf of Mr. Haw. He has arranged a cart.
I see. You're the people I'm supposed to be taking.
You're our driver?
Yep, name's Hod. Just Hod.
Well, that's an odd name, Pod.
May I ask what your moniker is then?
It's, I don't... What's my name right now?
Well, it's, I don't... What's my name is, quite of a mouthful, so got anything shorter I could call you?
You're okay. Out of game. Your alias name is Anila. If that's what
Yeah.
you're looking for.
Okay,
She's like-
no, like, low-key, I just imagine Entropia, like, leans down and just whispers that to Nassim.
Anila!
Much.
I am Anila right now. It
Manila.
rhymes with vanilla, but I am not vanilla.
Yeah, you look like you're more blueberry flavored.
And pets.
So, are you two in this... Are you two a couple, or is this, shining gentleman part of this whole, soiree?
No, we are all friends. My
Excuse you, she's married.
I am.
Well,
Not
I
to
just
either of
need...
them.
I just need to know all who I'm taking. Is it just you guys, or are there more people?
There are Kriv, did you come with us or did you stay back? You stayed
He's
back. Okay.
he's contemplating his orb.
Yes, and going cross-eyed. It's us and two others that will be joining. Two wizards.
Alright. Alright. And as he starts, like, writing down, he's just like, alright. Not to be that kind of guy, but, what are the, species of each of the people?
One is an elf, the other's a hobgoblin.
Alright. Any special dietary requirements?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Allergies?
Looks at Belgar. Do you know if anyone has allergies of any kind?
Don't remember anybody on the cruise saying they were allergic to anything.
Then no. No allergies.
Nah, that's good.
Why do you need a full medical report?
He slowly just puts down, like, his thing and looks to you like, are you kidding me? In this day and age, a cart driver walking around and then suddenly 5 people are found down in his cart, died of asphyxiation. You know how bad that would look on my record? My score would go down to the lower 1 stars. Thank you very much. Hod does not play that game. Hod gets you. Hod gets you.
You're registered on Holler. It's like Yelp, but worse.
Listen, we all gotta make ends meet here, and Hod likes to get where his client where they need to go.
Well, from the sounds of it, then I think we have the perfect cart driver.
Well, thank you. He says as he heaves his axe over his shoulder. Let me get you introduced to the rest of my crew. These are my horses. That's Leroy. That's Jenkins.
Very fitting. They do be running.
Those are very silly names for horses.
What are you talking about?
I think they're wonderful.
They are the best horses that a man could have. Just a normal man. Yep. Nothing special about old Hod.
The most uninteresting, interesting individual I think I've come across.
Does anyone else smell dream weed?
What?
Probably be her.
Smells like... Smells like Southern Marquesian blend. Probably 852 range. If I were to be a betting man.
I love a man who knows his drugs.
Oh, so it was you. I should have not been that surprised.
What's that got to mean about anything in particular?
Nothing at all, miss. Nothing at all. Well, just let Han know when you're ready to head out.
We are gonna be leaving by 11 tomorrow?
Alright. Sounds good by Hod standard. We'll excuse Hod, he's gonna take a quick nap as he climbs up onto his cart and just, like, sits in the back and just falls straight to sleep.
I think we got that situated.
Yep. Cool. Out of game, I'm so happy.
Same.
DJ's noticing your thing you've doing there.
Before you all go, Hod just sits up. Oh, one more thing. Do all of you know how to walk properly?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't mean in the standard way. I mean in
My husband uses a broom of flying.
That's good.
To get around.
He looks over to Nassim.
Okay, out of game, do I know what he's talking about?
Yep. Very good.
They don't know how to do the walk. They never dealt with the worms.
Well, if you're gonna want to eventually step out of the cart, then I suggest you learn how to.
I just look over to them. We gotta learn how to walk to avoid the worms.
So somewhere in the distance, you hear a woman singing.
No. Well, yes, but no. Do you know about the Great Shayun?
No, but you do.
No.
Yes, I do. It's the worms.
Pull the balloon down.
I think you're gonna need a bit more than just "it's the worms."
They live out in the desert. They're the size of dragons.
Nassim, roll me a nature check at disadvantage because you're high as fuck.
Might be exaggerated a little bit. Oh, rude at disadvantage.
So
9.
It's less that you're going. It's less the fact that you're not like completely animated and coherent with your information. It's the fact that you're giving like folklore and like half truths, where like you talk about worms that are literally like the size of mountain ranges that travel through the deeper parts of the desert. Some that is believed to be the greatest, the ancient of the great Shayun, who dwarfs the entire world, and if he were to be fully stretched, would wrap around Exandria in its entirety.
Well, let me ask you this. This is like, she just kind of does the idiot sandwich to deceive to just kind of stabilize her. Darling, how does this compare to, say, a purple worm? Because we've come across those.
I will just say that they are bigger than purple worms.
They are much bigger.
Though they are actually a similar species.
They're huge.
So you're saying so could I draw poison from them?
You're assuming you'll live long enough to get poisoned.
They've been... So, just for Nassim's information, they've been known that their sheer movement causes, like, the discharge of lightning, so you might get fried way before you even get the chance to approach one. Also, when they kill, they don't usually... People don't know if they kill with poison because they swallow their prey whole.
Let's just say if you see a lot of glass in the desert and there has been no rain, you start walking stupid and praying.
And why don't you demonstrate how stupid of a walk we must do?
You cannot walk with a Okay, so she gets down. She's like, "Can you unballoon me?"
She'll untie.
She rises for half a second before she just like drops.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck the landing. And by drop, I mean she like face plant drops. Okay, we gotta go to the beach so you can do it properly. Follow me. And she just starts walking in a random direction.
Like a woman on a mission. Dying.
Okay, no, just for hilarity, you see the beach, she goes over the fence and just starts running through, like, the stables, causing, like, horses and camels to just run in every direction. She could fly this whole time, but then she just trips over the other fence and, like, falls down the sand dune towards the beach.
I just leaned over to Belgar because I imagine we have not moved. We just watched her charge forward. If I have to say anything, that is a woman on a mission.
She is. I'm not going through the pen. I'm going around it.
I will join you. We'll eventually make our way to the beach.
I think we should turn over to another group of friends.
I was about to say, what do the wizards want to do anything?
The wizards are together.
The wizards are unsupervised.
What a shame.
Kriv,
Is it a shame?
good morning.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's morning?
I lost my watch.
I lost my mind.
What are you up to, my dude?
I think I'm having a religious experience.
Oh, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
You actually see the glowing part of his chest actually glowing a bit brighter.
Why are you glowing?
Oh, I thought I mentioned this a while ago, that his chest was glowing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that happened on the boat. I didn't know it was still happening, and I didn't know it got bright.
It's never stopped.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I forget about it too. It's just
You haven't really noticed it because he usually wears like a robe.
Someday, I'll study you.
hot in here. All you gotta do is ask.
What are you up to, bro?
Nothing. Having an introspective moment here. But yeah,
Well-
I'm game for whatever.
When you're done introspecting, I have 2 courses of action. And I'd love your input, or join me for one or both of them. Firstly, I need to find the dress that I borrowed from George Haw. I'm wondering if Gwyn Farglade broke into my room and stole it, but I don't really know.
I can help you hunt it down.
Yeah. My other course of action is I'd really like to continue my track record of blowing up schools.
Oh?
That sounds so wrong. I said that and I was like, oh no.
No.
They're opening up a new bar in town. It's called the Sandy Hook.
Oh.
Joshua!
People gonna get on your case.
Oh no.
What have you done?
I would like to go and steal all information on Sigil from the Dayland assemblage and then blow something up to cover tracks.
This is more than acceptable. Crib, I assume, will you be joining her for this endeavor?
That sounds like a solid plan.
Great. It's
There's
not
no
a
way we're going to get caught.
Uh-huh. I haven't even been there yet. But also I tend to blow places of learning up on my first visit. With the exception of the Cobalt Vault back in Vasselheim, I went there a couple times before causing damage. And technically I didn't blow that one up. I just gravity sinkholed some bookshelves. You were there.
Semantics matter.
Haha!
I was there.
Anyways. Let's go to school. That sounds like more fun. But I really do need to locate that dress before we leave. I don't know. Hall might get murdered tonight, though, so...
Oh? Your client?
Yeah, that guy. Good luck to him.
Oh, yeah.
It's not nice to kill people's siblings.
Anyway, as you guys go over to the Dalen assemblage, you find that, like, it's a lot easier, especially when the current head of planar studies has run off in the night to become an adventurer.
I would like to apply for his position.
Are you serious?
No.
I was prepared to write you a letter of recommendation.
Thank you.
But,
Nice.
like, the lady at the front desk just, like, lets you go in because, like, I mean, she's well familiar with you at this point. She assumes that you're just going to the office. As you do so, you actually see, pretty much most of the room has been, like... Oh, that is a bit loud. One sec.
Can I ask Node to play the Mission Impossible theme?
He can play the legally distinct Mission Impossible theme.
Dun 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 dun. That's parts of the Caribbean.
It's totally ripped off Mission Impossible.
No, I don't mean like actually play, but like in game.
I was
And
looking
Node-
up the legally distinct.
Dun, dun.
Da 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 dee da 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 dee. So as you open up the door, I just imagine like both you and Crib are just pretending to sneak around this empty classroom now.
Are there spell books around?
I mean, there's still plenty of books around.
Alright. Well, what did you want to steal?
See if we can find any information on Sigil, because that doesn't belong in the mortal world.
It must be cleansed.
Yes, I will steal it.
Alright, roll me an
I guess-
investigation check.
Go look for some books on evocation stuff.
Investigation?
Yes, investigation.
Does Nassim still have Herbert, or was I able to get him back from her?
I believe she still has him.
God
So
damn it.
he's going to learn how to sandwalk, even though he doesn't have feet.
It's probably a good thing for him to know. He can teach me. Can Node help me investigate?
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
That's the sound.
Excellent. That's a 23.
23? That's pretty good.
Oh, good. It's the child.
Your fetus
Roll
gives
a
you a bonus.
12.
So, so as you begin investigating, you actually see the door open and you hear a familiar voice. Excuse me?
Who familiar?
As Alamut actually like steps in.
Oh my gosh, it's Bessie!
Hi. I was told that you came in here. I was mean I wanted to let you know that I was going to be leaving the assemblage soon, and I didn't want you to get confused. And what exactly are you doing?
Oh, I thought you had left.
And mean, I can't just up and leave in a day's notice. I'm still preparing.
Preparing what?
You know, provisions, transportation, looking for other people to travel with.
Ah, yeah, of course. We did that too.
Yeah.
So,
In fact,
what exactly is it that you're doing?
hey, do you have books on sigil?
I mean, of course I do. He says,
Excellent. She's gonna put her hands on his shoulders and pull him down to her level because I'm assuming he's tall. I am recruiting you for a very important job for sigil.
wait, what?
Yes, you heard me right. The city of Sigil needs your help, and your help only. You're the only one who can do this.
Then why is he here? As he points to Crib.
He's here for the next part.
Oh.
I'm her paralegal.
I need you to help find all of the books or essays or scrolls or whatnot that this place has regarding Sigil. You're the one who's going to know where they are. I believe in you. Help me do this, please.
All of them?
Yes.
Even the books
How many can there be?
Well, I've wrote several dissertations on Sigil and its possible things, so there's probably anywhere to 396 of them.
You've written 396 dissertations?
On Sigil, yes.
You're what? You have the lifespan of a old human. How have you written 396 already? You're only middle-aged.
I am very interested in dimensional travel.
But those things take... Never mind. Do you have other copies of them?
Yes.
Where?
At my home.
Okay, you need to either... I apologize in advance. I need them. You need to keep them on your person at all times.
Let's be more realistic. I will not say 396. I'll just say 15. That's more
15
reasonable.
is a less insane number.
Yeah.
Okay, 15. You need to have them with you on your person at all times. You need to give them to me for security, or you need to destroy them.
Well, I don't want to destroy them, he says as he, pulls away from you.
Exactly. I don't want to destroy them either. They are works of art, born from your soul, Alamut. They're born from you. These are your babies.
He looks sheepishly. You know,
Sorry. Bring it. Go ahead.
you're right. He just kind of like slowly like pulls up and he's just like, how about this? I have copies. I give you copies, and then
Mhm.
we destroy the rest.
Mm-hmm. I hate to do that to you. I know how much a printing press costs to, commission. But unless you wrote them all by hand, which is even worse.
Also, how am I going to keep from the assemblage basically putting me in jail for this?
For what?
Well, destruction of college
Oh!
property.
You don't have to help with that part. That's what Kurt's here for. I told you he was for the next part.
Yes, but I don't think it'll be that much of a stretch for them to figure out that I was complicit in this.
How would they know? Who's gonna know?
Well, I'm going to need to go to the library and literally pull out everything about Sigil.
Okay. I'm coming with you. Tell them I helped you at staff point. It will not be hard to believe when I tell you who I am.
Wait.
Have I told you who?
Wait, who are you? Mr. Crave, who is she? I know... Wait, are you not... Yeah,
Seabrook.
yeah, are you not Electra Seabrook?
I am not. I mean, I am. That is my name that I am using in this present moment. But that is not my true name.
Wait.
I'm gonna let you tell him.
She just did hold out her hand. Hello, my name is Jocasta Marsorin. You okay? You good, bro? I don't... Look, I do... What are you thinking of? What do you know?
I'm afraid that as soon as I lead you into the library, you're going to blow it up.
I have never blown up a library. Only desks. And I did set off a gravity hole in the Cobalt Vault. But I didn't destroy books with that. I just knocked over some shelves. I have never destroyed a book that didn't deserve it.
And you're saying that my books deserve it?
I'm saying that your books contain knowledge that cannot be risked getting out into the mortal world. So yes, they do.
But
we're preserving copies of them.
Okay,
We're going to
forgive me, but
these
I am
go into the library in Sigil. Your books are going to be immortalized in your favorite place.
Yes, but I just had a thought. I'm going to be going out into the mortal world soon.
Uh-huh. That's what mortals do.
And I would still want to tell people.
Tell them what? About Sigil?
Yes.
That's a bad idea.
But why?
They're gonna think you're crazy. Do you have any idea how few people out in the world believe that other planes and dimensions exist? They may be idiots, but there's a lot of them. And a lot of idiots can outnumber a few smart people. And you're a smart person. Someday, extraplanar knowledge will be widely accepted as fact. There will be whole schools and sciences built around it. Travel to other planes will be a trivial thing, not cost 7 bajillion gold or whatever it costs. I don't know. I don't pay. But, that's a long time from now. We don't have elevators that take us to, Earthrealm and...
What's an elevator?
What?
What's an
Don't worry about
elevator?
Have you never been to a mine?
What?
Don't worry about it. You should read more. Look. What you've done is quite what you've written, what you've studied and learned, and what you're going to do when you start adventuring is quite literally ahead of your time. This world isn't ready for that yet. I hate to break it to you. I truly do, because I don't like to quell bright minds.
I will say while this is happening, he's like leading you into the library.
Excellent. It is, I promise you, because firstly, I would not lie to you, Alamut. I promise you that I'm only asking you for this for the good of the many. Knowledge about Sigil cannot fall into the wrong hands. And I don't think yours are the wrong hands. But if your works are dispersed into the world at large, even into such a small community as Shamel and the Dalen Assemblage, that could lead to them falling into the wrong hands. And that would be bad.
Who are the wrong hands?
Bad people.
Can I know who these bad people are so I know to avoid them?
Use your better judgment. I'm confident that you have that.
No dissuasion to you, but I trusted you and you turned out to be a pirate who is known for destroying places of higher learning.
I don't destroy them, just the desks. And you're going to frame me for this particular crime. By the way.
As you do so, I imagine he like finally leads you to like the shelf that has his stuff on it.
This is beautiful. I wish I had a camera to take a picture to preserve this.
What's a camera?
Don't worry about that. Hold it in your mind. Look at this. Take a mental portrait of your books on a shelf in a prestigious place of learning. This is amazing. You have accomplished so much. I'm so proud of you.
Kriv, you feel this is a good moment that, while she's distracting him, yeah, this will probably be a good time to let out the old fireworks.
Did we lose Kriv?
He's kind of lagging.
Okay. Yeah. It was just spinning.
Oh.
Now you're back.
Oh. Yeah.
Eh.
Entropia, can you roll me a coin?
That is a red, darling.
Knuckles a little bit.
Insert excited Pikachu gif here.
Yeah, Kirk's just gonna let loose with this new staff.
Yeah, this thing is pretty kick-ass.
Let me show you.
Wait, as he suddenly looks at the staff and he realizes what it is. Wait, isn't that... And that's all he's able to send before you cast the spell.
Just
So,
Joe is frantically
yeah,
grabbing books. Not just Alamut's, she's just grabbing all the books she can.
Yeah, grab everything. Grab everything.
Yep, working on it.
And I suppose I'll cast an 8th level fireball.
I didn't ask how big the library was. I said I cast Fireball.
You didn't ask how many flammable books there are in here. This actually hurts me, though.
Yeah, so, feel free to roll that
We're
damage.
leaving, that's fine.
Oh.
I sure hope that everyone backed up their safe.
It'll take me a minute.
A baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. It's so cute.
What's this silly face for? What's the face for? Oh my god.
To those watching, don't mind the party getting distracted by various cats.
But yeah. Whenever you wanted to... Jesus Christ!
I didn't mean to roll twice. Sorry. So 43.
So, let's cut back to those on the beach.
Oh boy.
Do we see a mushroom cloud of where the college was?
Well, first, let's see how well you walk.
What do we roll?
Well, first, Nassim is still face first in the sand when you get to her. And she just-
Nassim, is that part of the walk?
No. No.
Better well pick
A
her up off the
moment.
ground. Not
This dirt
better.
is gross.
That is sand, Azim.
That. Anywho, yes, we need to learn the worm walk. So, you know how you normally walk like this, and she just does the most, like, stupid, like, march walk, like, robot arm pumping.
Not
Like,
exactly,
around-
but go on.
Okay, no, not the style. Do you see how it is uniform, left, right, boring, normal people walk?
Uh-huh.
You don't
Okay.
walk like that in the desert. The worm will find you. The worm will find you. You
So
must
is
not
it
let the
right-
worm
So
find
is it right, left instead of left, right, left, right?
No. You must. And she, idiot, sandwiches you, and she's got crazy look in her eyes.
Uh-huh.
You must not let the worm find you.
I'm waiting to see what this worm walk is, darling.
And she then proceeds, as she turns away from you, she then floats up to Belgar. You must not let the worm find you.
I'll try.
I love that
You-
she's high for this.
Particularly difficult to hide from the worm because you have heavy footfalls.
It'd be a real shame if I knew how to fly.
Aww. We'll get you wings, don't worry.
One day. One day. So, the worms feel vibrations. That is why the normal people walk is bad, because they sense the pattern. The pattern is bad. You do not walk with a pattern. You do not walk with purpose. You walk stupid. And then she proceeds to... It almost looks like a drunk walk.
Uh-huh.
So, like, you know how, like, drunken style martial arts looks stupid but is actually very deliberate?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like that, but walking.
Okay.
You think she looks drunk until you realize that she is being very deliberate.
But she is also drunk and high.
She is also drunk, so it's a little hard to realize that she's actually being very purposeful. She has a very big concentration face on.
Focus face.
Yeah, big focused face, but it looks really weird because she's got the crazy eyes.
Just pacing up and down the sand.
There's gonna be so many memes after this episode.
Yes.
Anyways, continue.
We are in the sand, so you learn how to walk. Do the worm walk in the sand.
Do
Because the
the
worm cannot-
worm walk?
Because the worm cannot find you. Priv and I are fine. We can fly. You and Joe and Belgar are not fine, because we cannot carry all of you. We need to teach Joe the worm walk.
We can do that later. When we meet back up with them.
Okay.
So should we try, I guess, attempt this worm walk? DM?
Sure. Make a performance check.
Performance.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Did I accurately portray the proper walk,
You're
Josh?
You have no fucking idea.
That's fair.
Great.
Performance? Oh boy.
Oh!
That.
I can
Oh well.
wiggle around with the best of them.
Belgar, like most dads, walks completely without rhythm.
7. I do not.
He moves without rhythm. Jocasta, you have too much groove in your soul.
You mean Entropia?
Entropia.
Entropia, sorry. Blech.
The girls.
I was like, I'm too busy blowing stuff up. I haven't had a chance yet.
I was hoping this would be some acrobatic shit. Because I'm a rogue. I have to be careful.
Yeah, you try to follow it, but it's like, it's so ridiculous that you find it hard to
I
do.
feel like I have to actually be drunk if I'm going to manage this.
No. You cannot grace this. There is no grace to the worm walk. There is only survival.
I know nothing but grace.
You must not be graceful. Be like Joe, not like you.
Did you just insult Jocasta? She's very graceful.
She's got the elven grace.
Sure.
This is by as we're
As you do that, there is suddenly a familiar in the distance as you just see a gout of flame just shoot straight up from the Dalen assemblage.
That might be the elven grace right now.
That is not the elven grace.
No, that's her
That-
elven grace.
No, that was definitely my husband.
That was your husband's elven grace.
No, that's not grace. That's just fire.
One second, I'm collecting some interesting spells that you guys picked up. So if you'll just give me a sec.
Have they learned the worm walk, as I have dubbed it?
I mean, Belgar seems to have it down pat.
Yeah. I'll
Yes.
do another. Can I do another roll?
Sure.
Just literally for the lulz, if nothing else. See if I get it. Nope, I still don't.
Belgar, the worm will not find you. Entropia, it was nice knowing you.
It's like when she was learning to sail all over again, guys.
You should ride on Criv's broom to live.
As if I wasn't already planning on doing that.
I am going to behave and not make comments because I realized what I said.
You're doing great, darling.
No, I'm not. And she just
Flops over in the sand. Well, do we want to go see
Yeah.
what that was? He kind of motions to the mushroom cloud in the distance.
We probably should.
she drunkenly murmurs as she is passing out. Don't let the worm get you.
I'm just gonna have Mori fly onto like Nassim's shoulder and just yell death in her ear.
I'm waiting for him to save before I react to it.
Fair.
I think he's distracted.
I think he's a little distracted.
He's distracted trying to get the spells.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
So, as feel like I need to change the ambience now.
All I need from you is to have Maury say death.
Death!
Thank you.
It's a worm! The worm will get us all.
Darling, that was just my bird.
Worm! Death!
Did she learn a new word? Is it
Worm.
Amazing. I'm so proud of her.
Yes.
Well, no one
Yes,
will be
little
screaming later.
white bird. The worm is death.
I'm so happy I have a raven.
Nassim is in the midst of bad tripping.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna become a balloon again. Just
That's
in
fine.
case.
It's gonna be a very sad, deflated balloon.
So as I assume Kriv and Jocasta fly out at breakneck speed out from the smoke cloud, which is the former library, as Alamut just kind of like stumbles his way out. He's just like, well, bye, I guess, he says as he's like trying to clear his eyes as like guards are now like swarming towards your location.
Happy adventuring! Fly off into the distance.
You almost like, you start like looking through, it's just like, no that one, no that one, no that one, as you're just like throwing like spell scrolls and like looking through books and nothing's like really catching your eye until you come across one spell you've never seen before.
Oh.
I will send it in the...
Is that on a scroll?
It is in an old spell book. And it looks like it was a spell that was not commonly spread. So, one sec.
I'm intrigued by this new spell that the wizards will have.
Well, let me see if I can get it slightly bigger. But,
Ooh, with this.
Ooh! Ooh, that's a lot of A's.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's cool. That's fun.
Oh yeah. It sounds awesome.
E.
Crib's eyes just kind of light up. It was all worth it.
You also find another one for Joe. So, whenever she gets back. So yeah, as you two fly out, the guards are like, "Stop! Wait! I know that face! It's them! Open fire!" As they start like shooting like spells off towards you. I assume Kriv is like savvy enough to just basically be like, "Nope, nope, counter spell, nope."
Oh yes. Counter spells left and right.
As they all just stand impotently shaking their fists. "Curse you, Jocasta!"
Hey, I help too.
we don't even know who you are. I mean, if you were Gomez Adams, that would have been... If you were Gomez, that would be another story, but who is this guy?
I'm purposefully being Crib, yes,
But
for a change.
Anyway. We'll cut back to... So, do you all just want to meet up at another location?
Probably for the best.
We should probably meet up at the stable since it seems like we need to make a quick getaway.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
just
okay.
make it back. Do we
It's like
wake up?
we started walking, seen all the guards rush towards the college.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go meet them elsewhere.
We have everything basically on us anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all. I was about to make coherent sentences, and then I remembered that Nassim is still high and drunk.
Mr. Hod! As Tropy's like running over.
Mm.
Do you
Yes?
think you can get the cart ready?
Cart's already ready.
Okay, good. Tropy's hopping in.
Tropy is hopped in.
I'm jumping in too.
The cart kind of like shifts a bit from Belgar's weight.
He's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't chew that. Stop that.
Where did Jack go?
They gone.
They gone.
She said BRB.
Yeah.
Like
Probably something
10
with
minutes. 10 minutes ago, she said BRB.
Well, if that's the case, then is it okay if we just take a quick break? Because I feel like I want everyone to be here for this last part.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, well, see you all in a bit. Bye.
We'll see you in like 5 or 10 minutes.
Eat.
Go
DM.
where?
Welcome back. Hello,
Get the
everybody.
I'm going to commit various war crimes.
You already have.
You already have.
You have committed various war crimes.
A nickel to anyone who got the reference, too.
I have a nickel.
I'm proud of you, Drunk Jen.
Okay, I would pay good money to see a crossover with Jocasta Marsword and Chuckles the Clown.
Joe versus Chuckles, ultimate showdown.
Oh,
Sorry.
also, Joe, there is a divination spell down there that Crib found in the series of stuff that he managed to steal before blowing things up.
Yes.
But are we in the process of leaving Schummel?
Yes. Now, I didn't really have much prepared beyond y'all leaving, but if you would humor me, would you mind if we take our perspective away from the party as they slowly roll down the southern road heading towards the interior of Marquette?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Woo.
You'd see George Arthurby Hall sitting, smoking his pipe, and thoroughly just smug with himself. In the distance, you just see him slowly begin to flip the iron coin in his hand. Then he pauses. Something seems a bit off in his office. He suddenly looks around and notices one of the drawers is slightly ajar. He reaches down and slowly opens the top left drawer and sees, or I should say doesn't see, something present. The picture of him with his former wife is gone, and he slowly knits his brow as the door to his office slowly begins to open, even though he thought he had the only key. Well, not now. The only other person who had it was the maitre d', and he pauses. As the door slowly opens, and he sees a familiar face. As an arrow buries itself in his neck, pinning him to the chair. Gwyn takes much pleasure slowly walking over with a long serrated blade and removes George Haw's head from his body. Though in horror, George slowly realizes he's not dying, as Gwen is just like, I consider this vengeance enough. Then I am very happy to be of service, as she hands the head to a pale tiefling, who then slowly turns as a much taller blue-skinned devil slowly reaches out and takes the head, the edges slowly freezing. I promised you eternal life, George Haw, and I shall give it to you. But your head now belongs to good Lord Mephistopheles. Are we square now, my friend? Ah, yes, my lord, I believe we are quite square. Come, George. Immortality awaits as George silently screams as his head goes to the freezing hell of the 8th circle. For the rest of eternity. And that's where we'll call it a night.
That's why you don't make a deal with the devil, boy.
Well,
Yeah.
Stupid.
His frozen head is now somewhere in the Night Elves.
So the real question is, what's happening to what's her face?
She got her vengeance.
Well, yeah, but I mean, besides that,
Oh, she never made a deal. This is all...
she just got tipped off.
Yeah.
Smart.
You
Anyways.
didn't need to make a deal with her for her to go do that.
He didn't. And that was the point.
She's free of, well, a deal, so.
She has suffered enough as it is.
Okay, but now I imagine Ha's head on a weird, macabre, frozen, demonic Christmas tree.
Hmm. I can see it.
In the distant future, George Holland will be making a movie to cover up the fact that his head is now frozen somewhere in the Nine Hells. It comes full circle! It comes full circle!
Oh, no.
The pigeon
And
screams.
forever in his little pocket of hell, Mariah Carey will sing Christmas music forever.
Oh, God!
Oh,
Just from
Yeah.
the deepest pits of hell, you suddenly hear, oh, yeah.
No,
I don't
not
want
Mariah
to
Carey.
laugh.
No, it's not Mariah Carey. It's legally distinct Pariah Mary.
Yes. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this nonsense. We are Dndream roleplay everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Our link tree is down in the link tree down. Our stuff is down in the link tree down below. Am I missing anything?
I think you're good.
But yeah, thank you all so much. We'll be having an art stream this upcoming Friday. Come see us if you want to see that. And I am so sorry.
No,
you're not.
You're not.
Right.
I should be the sorry one for my shenanigans.
I'll personally be streaming some Core Keeper throughout the
Definitely
week.
not.
Alright. Well, good night, everybody.
What was Corey streaming?
Core Keeper.
When are you doing that?
Yeah.
Probably on Tuesday and Thursday nights, like midnight, real late.
Mm.
Saturday I might be streaming something else as well, but not quite sure yet. And of course we have D&D next Sunday, so look forward to that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Kelsey stream
Yeah, Madam DM.
Fridays.
Yeah, Wednesdays and Fridays I stream. It'll be closer to 7:30, 8-ish. So not as late as AV.
Yeah.
Because my job goes late. But
Yeah.
it works. I do what I need to
All
do.
the friends, all the streams. Do your best to support what you can because we all have overlapping times
Yay!
or late times.
Dndream, 24 hours, D&G streams, make it happen, all day, every day, 100 years, Dndream.
Twitch has rules against 24-hour streams. I don't know.
No,
Anyway.
it's less 24 hours and more, you just go from one stream to the next. But anyway, thank you all so much, and we'll get out on the thing that George Hall is probably listening to right now for all eternity. I don't want a lot for Christmas, anything to beat the fire.
Just stop your
We're going to raid out
friend
to Azvidi, who is playing Elden Ring. So if you want to stick around for some Elden Ring, stick around on my channel. And have a good night and good rest of your week. Bye.
All I want for Christmas is